study hard, work smart, finish your meal. تملنا هاد الأوامر كاملين. Today's lesson is about imperative verbs اللي بيهم كنعطيو الأوامر. In today's lesson we're going to talk about the imperative verbs اللي بيهم كنعطيو الأوامر. We're going to talk about how to form imperative verbs ولا imperative sentences. شنو الاستعمالات ديالهم or why we use them. Okay, let's consider the difference between these two sentences. عندنا الجملة ديالنا الأولى I clean my room. I clean my room. بينما في الجملة الثانية clean your room. Alright? So, إلا بغينا نشوفوا شنو عندنا في الجملة الأولى, we have a subject, and then we have the verb, and then we have the complement. In the second sentence, we have just the verb, and then we have the complement, but we don't have a subject, okay? So, in this case, when a verb doesn't have a subject, we call this an imperative verb, an imperative verb. يعني أنه ما عندوش subject في هذه الحالة هذه والدار باش يعطي واحد الأمر. Right, here's another sentence. In this sentence we have do your homework. Do your homework. So we have the verb and then we have the object. In this case, في imperative verbs كيكون عندنا في الفورم ديالو الverb plus object. As simple as that. We don't have a subject, we have just the verb plus the object. So in this sentence we have do your homework, the verb, and then the object ديالنا في sentence. Do your homework. As simple as that. واحد الحاجة واحدة أخرى في imperative verbs is that we consider them in the simple present and we consider them that they're always after the subject you. واخا ما عندناش ولكن كنعتبروا أن دائما عندنا subject you. وما عمره كياخد اس ديال singular plural. يعني ما كنقولوش does your homework ولا I don't know like makes coffee. No, we say just make coffee, do the dishes, do your homework, work well. So بحالي في راسنا كنعتبروا انه كاينه واحد اليو ولكن في simple present في التصريف ديالو ولكن راه ما كاينش قلنا السبجكت نهائيا غير كنعتبروا انها كاينه واحد يو وبطبيعه الحال ما عمرها كياخذ اس دائما ما كياخذش اس واخا كنعتبروا انه في simple present. Now in terms of the form of the imperative verbs فكيكون عندنا الافirmative اللي هي finish your work. It's like an order or like an information that I'm providing, finish your work. But an order can be also negative, like telling someone not to do something. هادشي علاش عندنا negative form حتى في imperative verbs and we have do not, alright? Do not finish your work. So هادي negative form and this is the affirmative form, alright? So the affirmative form is finish your work. والنيجاتيف فورم إلا بغيتي تقول شي واحد ما ديرش شي حاجة هي do not finish your work. Do not finish your work. I want you to focus on this because always on imperative verbs we use do not, okay? Do not do something, do not finish your work, do not run away, I don't know, do not sleep too much. كنعرف أنه الناس في الصيف كينعسوا بزاف, so do not sleep too much. Do not eat too much, etc. So إلا كان عندنا شي حاجة في الإمبيراتيف في النيجاتيف فورم فكنستعملوا do not, which means we're saying do not ما ديرش داك الحاجة. Now let's talk about the function of imperative verbs. يعني علاش كنستعملوا imperative verbs. First of all, we use imperative verbs to talk about commands. يعني تعطي أوامر. For example, in this sentence we have do your homework. Do your homework. Me as a teacher or like your parent or someone can give you the command to do something like do your homework or finish your meal or don't eat too much, etc. فهنا درناه باش نعطيو واحد الأمر. الحالة الثانية واللي هي directions كنستعملوا imperative verbs باش نعطيو directions يعني باش نعطيو توجيهات. For example, I would say if someone is driving, I would tell them turn left. Turn left, so I'm providing directions for them to turn left. The third reason why we use the imperative verbs is to provide rules, okay? Rules يعني أنه باش تهضر على واحد القوانين يمكن في واحد البلاصة. For example, in a library, you can tell someone stop talking because it's the rule not to talk in the library. So stop talking, all right? Stop talking. Let's repeat. So the first sentence is do your homework in order to provide a command, and then turn left as a kind of direction, and then stop talking because we are talking about some rules that you have to respect the rules and you're not allowed to talk. Maybe you can talk outside, but in the library, stop talking. We also use imperative verbs to give advice. This is in fact a common use of imperative verbs and كنستعملوهم باش نعطيو النصيحة. I have here a couple sentences. The first one is stop smoking. So I would like to advise my friend to stop smoking. So I would say stop smoking. It's not healthy. Stop smoking. It's not good for you. Or I can say do not drive too fast. Do not drive too fast. For example, if my friend is usually driving too fast, I would say stop driving too fast. يعني أنه ما تسوقش بسرعة اللي هي كبيرة بزاف لأنه هادشي راه خطر. So again, I can say to provide an advice using the imperative verb stop smoking, for example, or do not drive too fast. خليو لي تحت في التعليقات بعض الجمل اللي فيهم الامبerative verbs اللي بهم كتعطي نصيحة لشي واحد. إذا الحلقة ديال اليوم كانت pretty straightforward، يعني أنها واضحة ولكن في نفس الوقت مهمة، لأننا بزاف ديال الحالات كنبغيو نعطيو أوامر ولا comments ولا advice to someone. And how to do that? We do that using imperative verbs كيف ما شفنا. حنا مازال مكملين في الدروس ديال الإنجليزية للمبتدئين. في بعض الحلقات كنهضروا على دروس ديال grammar like the lesson of today, and sometimes we talk about some expressions and how to use English in general. Do not forget to share this video with anyone who is learning English or someone who's trying to develop his or her English level. And also don't forget to subscribe and like if you haven't done so already. شكرا لكم بزاف على المتابعة، شكرا لكم التشجيعات ديالكم والتحفيزات ديالكم، وغادي نشوفكم إن شاء الله في الحلقة الجاية من الإنجليزية للمبتدئين. As usual, don't forget ديما بالإنجليش ولا الإنجليزية للمبتدئين. نشوفكم في الحلقة الجاية. Take care and stay safe. الله يعاون.